Good morning and welcome to the Perivis Brief for the 7th of May 2025, where we bring you the key corporate updates that matter in just a few minutes. Please note that this is AI-generated content. Let's dive straight into today's key corporate news, starting with management and boardroom moves. Sun Pharmaceutical Industries announced a significant leadership transition, with Chief Financial Officer C.S. Muralidharan set to retire on July 1st. He'll be succeeded by Jayashree Satagopan, a seasoned finance executive with over 3 decades of experience. The company expects a smooth handover, so no disruptions are anticipated. Over at Restaurant Brands Asia, Sumit Zaveri has been named interim Chief Financial Officer, signaling a temporary arrangement as the company searches for a permanent finance head. Meanwhile, HG Infra Engineering has brought on Rajib Dutta as Senior Vice President for Transmission, Distribution and Renewables, strengthening its leadership in growth segments. Turning to financial results, the banking and non-banking financial company space saw robust performances. Bank of Baroda reported a net profit of 19,581 crore rupees for financial year 25, up 10% year-on-year, with asset quality at its best in over a decade. The bank also declared an 8.35% dividend, reinforcing positive sentiment in the sector. Aadhar Housing Finance, Aptus Value Housing, and Capri Global Capital all posted strong growth in assets under management and profits, with Capri Global standing out for its aggressive expansion in gold and housing loans. Jana Small Finance Bank, meanwhile, has met RBI's criteria for universal bank status and is preparing its application, a potential catalyst for a re-rating. In the industrials and manufacturing sector, Polycab India delivered a 24% jump in revenue and a 13% rise in profit, rewarding shareholders with a 35 rupees per share dividend. CG Power and Industrial Solutions saw a 30% revenue surge, driven by a robust order book and strategic acquisitions in electronics and radio frequency components. KEI Industries raised 2,000 crore rupees via a qualified institutional placement to fund expansion, while Sundaram Clayton is sharpening its focus on efficiency and international growth with a new mega casting facility and the sale of its Hosur unit. JBM Auto reported a 13% increase in net profit, buoyed by a strong order book and a major electric bus contract, underscoring its position in the electric vehicle segment. Sona BLW Precision Forgings also impressed, with 19% profit growth and a hefty order book, 77% of which is electric vehicle related. On the pharmaceuticals front, Alembic Pharmaceuticals posted steady growth and a healthy dividend, while Atai Drugs is showing signs of recovery after a challenging year, helped by the lifting of a United States FDA import alert in the energy and resources space. Hindustan Petroleum's profits halved year-on-year, but operational performance remained strong with record throughput and sales. Mahanagar Gas saw a 19% drop in annual profit, but a sequential recovery in the fourth quarter margins offers some comfort, even as legal risks linger. Real estate and consumer sectors also saw notable activity. Prestige Estates projects made a splash in the NCR market, clocking 3,000 crore rupees in sales in just 1 week at its new Indirapuram project. Vedant Fashions and Radhiko Khaitan both reported strong results, with Radhiko's premiumization strategy driving a 35% jump in profits. Strategic transactions and expansion moves were in focus. Capit Technologies announced the acquisition of Caresoft Global's engineering solutions business for up to $191 million, strengthening its commercial vehicle vertical and marking an entry into China. Patel Engineering secured a 1,319 crore rupees order for the Kondane Dam project, while NLC India signed a power purchase agreement for an 810 megawatt solar project in Rajasthan, a major step in its renewable and energy ambitions. Ambuja Cements crossed the 100 million ton capacity milestone, now ranking as the world's ninth largest cement producer, with plans to reach 140 million tons by financial year 28. Paras Defense and Space entered a joint venture with Israel's Heaven Drones to develop hydrogen-powered drones for defense, reinforcing its technology leadership. On the governance front, a number of companies, including Sundaram Clayton, Polycab, Alembic Pharma, and KEI Industries, announced routine appointments of auditors and directors. These are standard governance updates with no immediate investor impact. And finally, a quick note on investor communications. Several companies released earnings call transcripts and investor presentations, but there were no material surprises beyond the results already discussed. To sum up, the day's standouts include Bank of Baroda, Polycab, CG Power, KEI Industries, Sona BLW, and Ratico Khaitan, all demonstrating strong growth and strategic momentum. Watch lists should include HPCL and Mahanaga Gas for margin pressures, and Artai Drugs and Piramal Enterprises for signs of turnaround and structural changes. Strategic expansions like Capit's acquisition, Ambuja's capacity push, and Paras Defense's joint venture are worth tracking for long-term growth. That's it for today's Perivis Brief. If you found it useful, feel free to pass it along to someone who might too. See you tomorrow.